Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ishi, you are in Ishi time, and welcome to a reading vlog during which I will be reading The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This is a book I've tried reading before in high school, but I just wasn't interested in it at the time and I DNF'd it, but at the time I did decide that I will pick it up later when I am in the mood for it. And here we are, like 4 years later. I am on page 25. And to be completely honest, I wasn't like that big a fan of the beginning. Like if you skip the prologue and if you skip like the first paragraph of chapter 1, the second paragraph is like, my name is Richard Papin. I'm 28 years old and I had never seen New England or Hampden College until I was 19. Anyways, was not a big fan of the my name is blah 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 kind of introduction into the story, but I am liking it. I have heard many great things about this book, so I hope I like it. And I am only on page 25, but I have this one scene that's honestly so hilarious. I think it's so funny, like maybe that's just me, but I am gonna read it. It's not a spoiler. I like Homer, I said weakly. He regarded me with chill distaste. I love Homer. Imagine someone one-ups you even in like liking something. That's honestly the best. I love it. And I am excited about these characters and we will see where this book takes me.
Take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase night, race all of these broken dreams in flight, and we'll fly. We'll fly away, away, away. Yeah, we'll fly.
So I went to 3 bookstores, and for what? Absolutely nothing. One bookstore was a used bookstore. I know in my heart that I want to support secondhand bookstores, but I also know in my head that I would never have bought something from there because first, I am a germaphobe, and second, I am a perfectionist. If I see a single mark, I don't want it. But I have decided that anytime I decide to unhaul a book, that is where I am going to donate it to, So then I went to 2 other bookstores. One had a single copy of The Secret History, but it had like a dent in it, and it's like a paperback, so the whole thing looked dented. So then I went to another bookstore and they had 2 copies of The Secret History. But you know when like the lamination on top of the paperback starts to peel off? It was like that, so then I didn't buy that one either. Hey guys, today is Wednesday and I'm about to go to lunch with a friend who I haven't seen all summer, so I'm very excited. I'm also very sad to say that I have not read a single page of this in the last couple days. I'm still on like page 100-ish. And I'm just so disappointed. Usually, I will read whenever I get time, whether that be like 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. But this book, I feel like I need an hour to just sit and read it kind of thing. I don't want to fit it into my 5-minute breaks, my 10-minute breaks, even 20-minute breaks, because I just really want to take my own sweet time with it and understand it really well, and I don't want to rush through it. So just because of that, I just haven't been reading it because I don't have an hour to sit down and just read it. But I am really excited to get around to it. This is why millennials can't afford houses. Hey guys, so today is Sunday, August 18th, and it has been such a long time since I last updated you guys because this has been a really slow read. Not because I don't like it. I love this book. This is my new favorite book. Hands down, my new favorite book. I know I love Six of Crows. Kaz Becker, I'm really sorry, but this is my new favorite book, and Francis and Henry are my new favorite characters. And I suddenly need to learn Latin. I found this amazing website online where you can learn all the dead languages like Latin, Ancient Greek, Aramaic, and I'm gonna be on there and I'm gonna be learning Latin. I also go back to school soon and I am already signed up to study Ancient Greek, which is a requirement. I'm not studying it for the aesthetic, though not gonna lie, I probably would study it for the aesthetic. Anyways, I am very excited to know Latin and ancient Greek and just be a well-qualified piece of trash. I have decided that I need a copy of this book for myself. This is from the library. I do have some like sticky notes here for moments that I want to mark down in my reading journal, but I want a copy of this for myself that I can annotate and write in and just reread regularly. I am in love with this book. Though I'm not gonna lie, this is a hard book to read. The sentences are so long, there's so many commas, and it's a hard book to read, but it is worth it. In the beginning of this book, I really liked Bunny, and I didn't like Henry at all because he was kind of a jerk, I thought. And Bunny's character introduction, I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to hate this guy. But now I am just like, I hate him, absolutely hate him so much. And I'm like, the rest of you guys, hurry it up, if you know what I mean, if you read this book. I feel like I do have some sort of an idea of what goes down and how it goes down because I have been circling around this book for years and years, but I am so excited to read it for myself with my own two eyes. And honestly, I haven't even finished this book yet, but I'm already looking forward to reading it another time. Like, I'm reading this and I'm like, oh wow, I can't wait till I read that a second time around. Love this book so much.
Up here, we're free.
Hey guys, today is the next day. It is Monday, and as you can see, I got new glasses. I always just wear contact lenses because I hate the way I look like in glasses. I've had glasses since I was 2.5 years old. Yes, I was a baby with glasses, and I've just always hated them, so I never wear them. But I decided that since both Henry and Francis, my two favorite characters, have glasses, I might as well just suck it up for this vlog. I did manage to get through a huge chunk of this. I am on page 280, and the thing that I thought would happen at the end of this book has already happened, and we're only halfway through. So now I literally don't know what to expect from the other half of this book, and I'm excited to find out.
1 week later.
Hey guys, I'm back on campus this week for university. I have started my last year and I'm super excited about being done after this year. But anyways, what I mean to say is I have not gotten any time to read. I mean, I read a couple pages yesterday, but I did not read as much as I would have liked to. So today I just decided to kind of take a walk through the woods here. I brought my book with me, and if I find a nice place to sit, I will sit there and I will just read for a bit and just kind of have a relaxing time because this week has been really chaotic, even though it is only Tuesday.
11 minutes later.
Okay, so I don't know if I ever mentioned, but I was reading this for the Newt's Magical Readathon, which ended in August, and today is September 4th, so some might say that I failed this readathon, but I, as a university student, know that sometimes you just gotta beg for those extensions. Sometimes you just gotta slip in those late assignments, even if the professor claims they don't accept late assignments, and that is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say I completed my Newts, even if it was a little bit later than everybody else. And September 4th is not that much later than the end of August, so honestly, I'm fine. I also don't think I ever explained what this book was about. This book is narrated by Richard Papin. We're kind of reading his diary, his recollection of events that happened in his past. That makes him a pretty unreliable narrator because we see things how he sees it and he's obviously biased, but I love him. I love his unreliable narration. I love him. And I love how his opinions of other people change throughout the book. You can see him grow, but we can also see other people change through his eyes. Basically, this book is about this group of friends who murder someone in their friend group, and the entire plot is kind of building up to how it happened, why it happened, and how they handled the whole situation. Like I mentioned before, I loved Henry and Francis, but the more I read, I'm like, wow, Henry is either a genius or actually crazy. Like, these characters are so flawed and so imperfect, but you love them. You love them in all their flaws, in all their imperfections, and I just love all these characters. And Francis is just an angel. He can do nothing wrong in my eyes. Charles, I really liked Charles too in the beginning, but after he messed up, and you know, to be completely honest, I don't like how Camilla was portrayed in this book. I feel like there was so much to her character that wasn't really explored. She could have been such an amazing character, but I feel like she was just romanticized the whole time. And I think it is because we're reading through Richard's perspective and he kind of romanticizes her. He doesn't really see her as like an actual person. He just sees her kind of like an idealized version of herself where she's just perfect. But yeah, I feel like I would have liked to know Camilla more than I did in this book. I honestly think I knew more about Judy Poovey than Camilla, and Camilla is like one of the main characters and Judy's just this side girl, but like Judy had more personality than Camilla, and that makes me kind of mad. I know that the book community is torn over this book. Some people love it, some people absolutely hate it, but I just can't hate it. This is my new favorite book. I am a piece of trash for this book. I am about to go buy it so I can annotate it and just mark it up and read it again and again and again for the rest of my life is what I'm about to do. And I know objectively in my head that, wow, that whole chapter was like kind of unnecessary. That part was boring, but like, even though I know that in my head, I just love this book. All of it, all the boring parts, all the unnecessary parts, I love it all. And I just can't stop myself from loving it. There's just something so ancient and terrible and beautiful and grotesque and romantic and just artful about this book, and I cannot hate it. There's this one quote that I think sums up my entire feelings about this book perfectly well. Okay, so in this quote, Richard is explaining what he feels about Julian. Julian is like their teacher, their classics teacher, and he says, "And I know I said earlier that he was perfect, but he wasn't perfect. Far from it. He could be silly and vain and remote and often cruel, and we still loved him, in spite of. Because." And that's just what I feel about this book. Like, this book was crazy, it was wild, and some parts were not that great, but I love it. I love it because it was like this. I love it in spite of the fact that it was like this. I just love it so much. And as you saw in the previous several clips, yesterday night, I was just well, not yesterday, it was like after midnight, so like technically today, but I was in tears, I was in shock. I felt this book in my heart. This book is a feeling. It is like, it's so beautiful. I felt so connected to Richard this whole time. Like, his anxieties made me anxious. Like, there was this like buzzing in my heart, and I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? Like, I was so invested in the story. I was so like torn about everything that was going on, and Richard was so real to me, and so were Frances and Camilla and Charles and even Bunny and Henry. Like, they were so real, and the settings were so beautiful. Imagery, symbolism, foreshadowing. I am blown out of the water. I have never loved a book so much. I have never been taken over by a book like this. And just my heart, my soul, my mind are just filled with this book. And I love it. 5 out of 5 stars. Anyways, that is all for my vlog. It has been a month-long process of filming this vlog and of reading this book, and it took me a long time to get there, but I am here at the end of this book and at the end of this vlog, so please like and subscribe if you want. My name is Ishi. Thank you for spending time with me, and I hope your day is as wonderful as this book.